Hey everyone, and welcome to our Monday Night Team Connect. So tonight is call 3 out of 3 for basic tips on building your business and getting started with building your business. So last week we talked a lot about finding your why, and hopefully you have taken some time and figured out your why you're sharing Plexus. I explained to you guys that your how doesn't matter if you don't know your why. So that's really the starting point, is to figure out why you're sharing. But then if you're like me, once I had my why, I was like, okay, give me the steps. I want to know what to do. Tell me the how, give me the things, right? Like I'm a workhorse. So like, I love a good checklist. I love to be able to just follow a plan. So I really want to give you those steps tonight. I want to go through the how, the steps you take, the activities you do to build your business. These are the things that move the needle and should be done consistently to grow. So I'm going to get nitty gritty with you guys. There's no secrets here. I'm going to share basically like what I do in a day, and the things that I really think have made an impact as I've been growing my business over the past 5 years. So we're going to talk about your personal IPA. IPA is income producing activities. Okay. So we throw around that acronym IPA. I want you to know what it means. It means income producing activities. It's the things that you're doing that are actually moving the needle in your business. And the key here is doing these things daily, or however many days per week you're committed to building your business. So maybe it's 5 days a week, maybe it's 3 days a week, whatever that is for you. These are the things you want to do every time you sit down to grow your Plexus business. And the things are, here are the tasks: personal growth and development, new reach outs, follow-up, posting, and customer care. Okay, I'm going to go through each one of these categories for you and explain what they look like and some ideas for what you can do to grow in each area. So basically, you need to talk to people about Plexus. If you're going to build a business with Plexus, you have to open your mouth. And I can't remember who shared it, but one of the diamonds said, it's really simple what we do. We talk about Plexus to people that we've never mentioned it before. We talk about Plexus to people that we have mentioned it before, and we take care of our customers. That's really it. Like if you boil down what we do in a nutshell, that's it. But talking about Plexus is a big part of it. So it's not, I don't want you to overcomplicate it. It's not crazy complicated. It's not easy. You do have to get out of your comfort zone. You do have to be consistent, but it does not have to be complicated. So let's take that first category of personal growth. What does that even mean? Well, last week we talked about how if you're doing this, you're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone, right? For most of us, our comfort zone is really, really small. And when we start doing Plexus, it really stretches. So because you're going to be growing outside your comfort zone, you've got to do things to grow yourself. This could be a podcast. And I'll throw a few names of podcasts that I like. I love Bob Heilig. I love Kristen Boss, John Maxwell, Brendan Burchard. There's others, but a podcast is a great way to just grow your knowledge and stretch that comfort zone. A book. Again, John Maxwell is a great author. Kristen Boss has a great book. Plexus has a monthly book club. So if you're like, I don't even know, there's a monthly book club. You can just get that book, and there is a Zoom call that they have once a month on a Saturday. You can do the book club, or even hopping on Power Hour. This is a resource that our team has. Our larger team, Alita, who's a diamond above us, has all the different jewels in the team share training in a half hour every single morning, Monday through Friday. It's from 10:30 to 11 a.m. Eastern. It's called Power Hour, and that is a great way to just work on your personal growth and development. So there's all these different options. You basically just want to pick something, be doing something to grow yourself so that as your team grows, you personally are also growing. Okay, so that's that personal growth category. Next category is new reach outs. Now, this is talking to people about Plexus that you have never talked to about Plexus. Okay, so these could be people that you know, friends and acquaintances that you have. One really easy thing to do is go through your Facebook friends list and start having conversations with people. Relationship build, send a genuine, heartfelt message, why you thought about them, mention the supplements, the community, the business, whatever fits for that thing. You don't want to be weird, okay? You don't want to send a copy and paste message to all 1,300 friends that you have, okay? That is weird. You just want to have a conversation. Like if I ran into Nicole at Target and I hadn't seen her in a while, how would I talk to her, right? I'd be like, hey, Nicole, it's so great to see you. How are you? How are your kids? We would have a normal conversation. It's the same thing when you are messaging someone. You don't have to be weird. You don't have to have like a sales pitch. Just start a conversation. One way that I make sure I talk to all of my friends, my social media friends, at least once per year is by sending birthday messages and offering a sample. So here's the verbiage that I use. This may be something that you want to do. I say something like, happy birthday, Katie. I hope it's an awesome day. I love sending freebies of my favorite gut health drinks out to my friends on their birthday. If you'd enjoy that, just shoot me your address. Have the best day. That message is not weird or awkward. I'm wishing them a happy birthday. Sometimes they say no. A lot of times they say yes. And I'm able to send them 2 sticks of Slim and then have a conversation about their health goals and ask them what they're doing for their birthday, like just have a conversation. So the birthday message thing has worked really, really well for me. I think it's a great way to make sure you're connecting with every single person at least once a year, right? Everybody's got a birthday and Facebook actually tells you whose birthday it is. You can also just print off your friends list and start working through them and connect with people. So those new reach outs, if you are not really a social media person, this can be like face-to-face real life conversations. It does not have to all be through Messenger. You can call people, you can, talk to the moms at gymnastics, like I was trying to do over the past couple of weeks here, or at soccer, or, wherever, coworkers, all the things. Start talking to people about Plexus. Those are your new reach outs. And I want to encourage you to talk to somebody every single day, even if it's just one person, have a new conversation every day. The next category is follow up. So we have all these people we're talking to. You have to have a way to keep track of the people that you've had conversations with about Plexus and make sure that you follow up with them. It takes an average of 7 to 10 touches or little conversations before someone is ready to buy from you. 7 to 10, okay? And that's normal. That's not just Plexus. That's anytime anyone buys anything, they need to hear it, see it, experience it, be told about it 7 to 10 times before enough trust is built for them to go ahead and make a purchase. So it's not a once and done. It's not you throw a Plexus out there and then you run and hide. It's having conversations with people, circling back, following up, and relationship building and adding value to people are really important. If someone's not ready right now, that's okay. Keep talking to them, relationship build, connect, and add value. One of the things I love to do is, if someone shares a wellness goal with me, like, I want to lose weight, but right now they're not ready for Plexus, I will give them a non-Plexus resource that's free to encourage them in their health journey. Like, here's an awesome meal plan that I found, or here's, a workout link that I've been doing, whatever, like just offer them something that adds value to them if they're not ready for Plexus yet. And that shows them that you actually care about them as a person. You're not just trying to make a sale, but you do care about them. So that is the follow-up portion. It's super important. The next portion of your IPA is posting. Now, our business is not social media, right? It's a service business. What we do is a service business, but you can greatly increase your reach and your impact through social media. Okay. It's a great tool. Think of your Facebook or your Instagram as your storefront. The more friends and followers you have, it's like the more people are walking past your store every single day. So you want to add value on your social media. And a really easy way to remember is the 3 E's: entertain, empower, or educate. Those are 3 ways that you can add value on social media. You're posting, it should be entertaining, empowering, or educational. You don't want to just blast Plexus every single day, but you want to share your story, right? Like, what are you enjoying about your products or the community or the business? Just share those things as you go. And in between talking about Plexus, show your family, share things that are valuable to your audience, and make sure that you're always adding friends on Facebook. Try to add a couple friends every day, because again, it's like more people are walking past your storefront. Super important. And then the last piece of your IPA is customer care. This becomes a huge part of your Plexus business, because as you bring people in, it's not just selling them supplements and then, okay, well, we're done. No, that's just the beginning of their journey with you, right? Now your work really begins, and you want to make sure they have a great experience. This customer care is 100% necessary for retention and for growth. You don't want someone to just order from you once and disappear. We want to help people with their health journey. We want to make sure they're with us for a long, long time. You've got to love on the people that entrust you with their business. And we have lots of tools to help you do that. So you can connect with your upline, ask me, how do I care for my customers? We've got lots of things to help you to properly onboard your customers and provide great customer care. I want to show you, I'm going to share my screen here. Just a simple IPA sheet. Okay. So this says today's action plan, IPA worksheet. There are journals and all different kinds of IPA sheets that you can use. You can just even use a blank notebook, but have something where you're keeping track of what you're doing. Maybe it's an Excel spreadsheet, maybe it's a Google Doc, maybe it's something like this that you print off, but these are the basic things. I'm going to reach out to some new people. I'm going to follow up with some potentials. I'm going to check in on any customers that I have. I'm going to post on social media and add some people on Facebook or Instagram. And then on the bottom, you see that personal growth section. Maybe it's reading, prayer, gratitude, affirmation, podcast, whatever it is. This hits all the major income producing activities that you want to do. Okay. So that is, hold on, I just lost my Zoom screen here. A little bit on IPA. I did want to give you guys just a sneak peek into what my day looks like. I think it's always been helpful to me when I listen to people and other, diamonds in the company, jewels in the company, and they say like, here's what I do in a day. That's always been really helpful to me. So I want to give you a little snapshot of what my day looks like. And take this with a grain of salt because I'm 5 years in. Plexus is my full-time job right now. So this is not how I started, right? When I started, I had 3 little ones at home. I was working in the hospital and I literally had 30 minutes a day that I would work my business. That's where I started. This is where I am now. I'm still very busy. I've got 4 kids, one's a baby. I homeschool the other 3. So life is always busy. And I know every single one of you is super busy. But here's how I fit in my income producing activities. I have committed to an early morning routine, which maybe is your jam or is not your jam. I think there's something to be said for it, at least a few days a week of waking up early. A lot of successful people have early morning routines. Yeah, it wasn't always your jam, but it is now. I love that. So my routine is waking up between 5:30 and 5:45, and then spending about 45 minutes doing those IPA things, the personal growth, the new messages, the following up. It can really be done in like 30 to 45 minutes. And then guys, I put my phone away pretty much until after lunch because I'm homeschooling my kids and I need that focus time with them. So I don't want you to think that working Plexus as a business means you have to be on your phone all the time. I literally have it on silent, notifications off, and I put it away. Then in the afternoon, I'll hop back in, I'll answer messages, do an hour or two, finish up the personal growth, the rest of my work, respond to messages. And that's really all it takes day to day. That focus morning time and some time in the afternoon. And then I'll do like some Zoom calls and things at night, but not every night. I definitely have dedicated family nights where I'm not plugged into my business. So I want you to know that even at, full-time Plexus level, you don't have to be working all the time. You absolutely don't. That's what is so amazing about this business is you can maintain a beautiful, balanced family life and social life and still make full-time income with Plexus. 2 other tips I'll give you is to have one intentional chunk of time per week where you can really sit down and get things done. So one day a week, I'll take like a solid 3 hours, get some childcare and really crank out some stuff, write out some posts, get things planned for our team page, like all that stuff. That has been super helpful to me. So I want to just tuck that in the back of your mind as you're growing. When you do have a big team and a lot to do, that chunk of time can be super, super helpful. The other thing is to have a planning hour over the weekend to help you get organized. And no matter what level you're at, this is critical. Take 30 to 60 minutes on Saturday or Sunday open up your planner or your calendar, however you keep your life organized, and figure out what your Plexus work will look like that week. Even getting as detailed as who am I reaching out to? Who am I following up with? What customers should I check in, and jotting those names down. This is a huge time saver, because if you write out your tasks for Monday, tasks for Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on, then when Monday comes around and life is crazy, you already have a game plan. You already know what you're doing. So I have done that from day one of working my business. And that's one of my biggest tips, is to have that little intentional planning time, 30 to 60 minutes, to really just get stuff done. And then last thing on IPI is make sure you're not doing time wasting things that feel like work, but they're not productive, such as scrolling Facebook, scrolling Instagram. I know with Reels right now, it's easy to like go down the wormhole of just like watching reel after reel after reel. And that's fine. Like that's entertaining, but just realize that's not working. Like that's not producing income for you. So it's not IPI. It's not income producing activity. Also spending way too much time crafting a post or the perfect message, or trying to copy someone else that you wish you were more like. All of that can be time wasting, just taking too much time. Just be you, be genuinely you, and realize that sometimes quantity is better than quality. Okay. Yes. C's get degrees. I always say B- work changes lives. Okay. If it's a B-, it's okay. Someone's life can be changed from your B- post. It does not have to be an A+ every single time. I think it's more effective to have 5 B- posts in the week than 1 A+ post, right? I think you'll get better reach, better impact with your 5 B-. So let the perfectionism go. Just be you, be genuine. Don't worry about being perfect. Okay, the other thing I want to hit on tonight is overcoming objections, because as you're doing these income producing activities and sharing Plexus, you will come across objections. And I don't want you to feel blindsided when someone says it's too expensive, or someone says, I just don't know if I'll be consistent. I want to talk through just a couple of the big objections, or the most common objections that we get. But most of all, I just want you to know that it's normal. You're not doing anything wrong. It is normal to hear objections. Remember, your potential customer needs to hear about Plexus 7 to 10 times before they're ready to buy. In those 7 to 10 conversations, it's mostly navigating objections, right? People have questions, they have, things they're concerned about, and they come out as objections. Many times the right answer or question is what is necessary to keep the conversation going. Don't just throw in the towel when you hear an objection. Just ask questions, seek clarification, and you can move forward confidently. One of the things that's helpful is to use feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. When someone says, I just think it's too expensive, feel, felt, found. I used to feel that way. I totally get it. I felt just the way you are when I first started. I didn't have it in the budget. What I found was, and you can explain, I was able to drop 3 prescription medications. I found that I was no longer going to Dunkin' every day, and my products actually saved me money. You can use that feel, felt, found with any objection to connect to the person you're talking with, and let them know like what you're scared of, what you're feeling is legitimate. It's a real concern. I see it. I have felt it too, but here's what I found. That can be super helpful. I think some of the most common objections you'll hear is money, right? One of the things you can say is, I never want finances to get in the way of your health. If I shared how you could get the cost of your products covered, would you be open to hearing more about that? Because basically everybody, right, gets a VIP referral link. If someone wants to start but has a problem with the cost, we can help them get their products paid for. So you can share that. And really with money, nothing is expensive when you understand the value. So if someone is saying it's too expensive, we just haven't sold them on the value of the products. They're not seeing this as a solution to their problems. They're just seeing it as an additional expense. So make sure that you have really shown them the value and how this could help improve their life, our community, all the things that they get. Another objection I've heard is, people are concerned they won't be consistent. Like, oh, I've tried things before and I'm just, I don't do well. I'm not consistent. What I share is I love our community, and I let them know about Pivotal, about our Facebook groups. We do a quarterly wellness challenge. We have our Made to Thrive team page, all of these things, and let them know I'm going to be there with you every step of the way. I think that's really comforting to people, and that can help answer that objection. Another objection could be that people aren't sure the products work. Maybe they're just tentative about, whether or not they work at all. I like to use the word confident. I'm confident that you will feel a difference, because my confidence is going to make them feel confident. Your confidence is contagious. So use the word confident. I'm confident you'll feel a difference. And if you don't, there's a 60-day money back guarantee on every single product. That's a great answer to that objection. The other objection I hear a lot is, I need to talk to my spouse. That is fine, right? I'm not going to tell someone, no, you can't talk to your spouse. But a lot of times that's actually like a cover up and not the real objection. So I like to ask a question. Is there any information I could send you that would be helpful? Or do you have any hesitations that I could address for you before you talk to your spouse? If they say, you know what, no, I just have to run it by them, then set a date to follow up. Like, okay, great. I'll check back in with you tomorrow evening, right? That way they're expecting you to follow up again. You're not nagging them. You're just being professional. The products are going to be great for them. You want to get them in their hands. So you set a time and a date for that follow-up. I will check back with you. That prompts them to actually have the conversation with the spouse and be ready to, let you know if they're going to order from you or not. And then the last objection I often hear is that they're following a different protocol. I'm doing keto, I'm gluten-free, I'm whatever. And so what you want to do is just focus on how Plexus addresses gut health. That's what sets us apart. We are a gut health company, and that complements keto, anti-inflammatory protocol, gluten-free, many other things. You can do a lot of different things and do Plexus. So just make sure that you're confident in that, you're educated in that, so you can share that with people you're talking to. And with all objections, just realize that even when you get a no, I want you to think of that as not right now. No just means not right now. It doesn't mean you just cross them off your list and throw it away. No, you continue relationship building with them and adding value to them. And many times they will circle back and they will be ready at some point in the future. Having done this for 5 years now, it amazes me how often someone will just come out of nowhere that I had a conversation with a year or 2 years or 5 years ago. And they say, I've been watching your journey. I'm still watching, and now I'm ready. Okay, great. So always continue to love on people and continue to circle back and add value to them. Last little thing I want to go over tonight is resources to keep you growing. Okay, because we've done these 3 calls. Hopefully they've been helpful in giving you the basics, but you want to keep growing, right? So what do we have for you? We have several resources through our team to help you continue to grow. Our Made to Thrive team page is a great resource. We also have a business builder page as well. So if you want some more detailed business resources, I can add you to our Made to Thrive Business Builder page. We have our team call here every Monday night, and that's a great resource as well. There are tons of corporate events, from convention, which is amazing, and you should absolutely get there, to Super Saturday coming up in January. There's all kinds of trainings. I mentioned book club. There is a calendar with all of the corporate trainings and things that you can tap into. There's a Monday motivation call. Literally, there's something every day. So there is no lack of trainings and resources from corporate. As a team, we also have a consistency chat. So if you're thinking of these income producing activities and you're like, man, I want to do this, I want to get consistent, we have a chat where, we pop in and say like, yep, I did my work today, or we'll have a little challenge in there just to encourage you to be consistent. So you can also be added to that if you would like. And then finally, in your virtual office, there are some amazing resources. I'm going to just share my screen one more time here. I want to show you this. Okay. In your virtual office, there is your click and do guide. I absolutely love this. Once you are upgraded to a brand ambassador, once you've added your first customer, you have access to this. This is like a little roadmap that takes you through just some basic training. Every single one of these things is a clickable link. So when you click it, it teaches you how to do that thing, right? So the first step is, connect with your sponsor and set your 30-day goal. Then the next step, download the Plexus Engage app. When you click that, it prompts you and gives you the instructions on how to do that. Then here's a training on the gut microbiome. Then here's the tracking sheet. Here's information about a subscription. And you just work your way through the roadmap. And this gets you trained up real quick. It is just a great, great guide. And this is just one of many resources in the virtual office to get you up to speed. There is a section that says new brand ambassador ambassadors start here, and it will take you through training after training, all the relevant things you need. So it's not a once and done. We are always continuing to learn and grow. Hopefully these 3 trainings have given you guys kind of the backbone and the confidence to start your journey in building your business. And then guys, it's just consistency. It is sticking with it and just realizing that anybody can do this. There's not one type of person that's successful with Plexus. It is every kind of person. And once you decide that you're going to do this and you're going to be consistent, I would just give you one last tip before we end this call, and that is to give it 3 years. I know that sounds crazy and it sounds like a long time, but let me tell you, that goes like this. If you were starting a brick and mortar business, opening a smoothie shop or, something else, you would not even expect to make a profit until your 3rd year. You would expect to be in the negative, just pouring into your business. You don't have to do that with Plexus. You can start making money right out of the gate. You have almost 0 upfront costs to get your business up and running. Plexus gives it all to you, but give it 3 years, because if you are consistent in building your business and sharing and doing those income producing activities daily, you will grow and you will have an amazing team built under you in those 3 years. So thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight, and I will open it up for questions.